Hello, welcome to Occult Crossing. Okay, so today's reading using the Occult Tarot with the Fallen Angel and the Angel Tarot with the Angel of Oracle. So let's have a look. We're going to begin the journey. Oh! The cards are flying out already. Okay, so we've got Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is all about finding that sense of clarity, being able to sort of remove all those that confusion, the clutter and things around you. You've got new ideas, new plans. Things might be that you're dealing with some heartbreak at the moment with Three of Swords. Tells me that you're dealing with some heartbreak, and so you're trying to make some new plans or new ideas. You're trying to remove all that clutter and stuff going on. So here we've got the Five of Pentacles. So it feels like you're being, it's a little bit of poverty. Maybe you've been dealing with some, poor me sort of energy. You're feeling quite sorry for yourself, quite lethargic, quite heavy in regards to your well-being and things like that. It does feel like you're feeling a little bit distraught in some way. It does feel like a little bit sorry for oneself, and so you've got to allow yourself your own with the Hierophant, your faith, your belief, your education. It feels like there's something that you're learning in this journey. Oh, so we've got the Eight of Cups. So it feels like you need to walk away from what was. This is what you need to do now. It feels like you've been dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of stuff going on. So now it's time to actually walk away from that and to walk into something better. Seems to be a better path waiting for you. Yeah, celebration, commitment. That sense with the Four of Wands. There is that commitment, that celebration in who you are. So interesting card there indeed. Okay, and the last card here is this Two of Cups. And so you've got that sense of a connection coming. Okay, so it feels like you've been dealing with some really, really heavy stuff at the moment. There is a lot of energy going on. There is a lot of really heavy stuff happening at the moment, but it does sort of say to you, are you ready to sort of walk away? Are you ready to actually walk away and sort of celebrate your achievements, being able to create a sense of stability in your own energy and to have those connections with the Four of Wands and the Two of Cups? There does seem to be some sort of strong connection with someone that's going to help you on your journey indeed. So with the Fallen Angel, let's have a look and see what messages are coming through here. Here you've got the sense of an adventure. It feels like you've got some possibilities awaiting for you. Feels like maybe you have been on a bit of an adventure with everything that's going on. Has been a real journey for you. There's been a lot of stuff going on here. It's been quite intense energy. Been quite intense indeed. And so it's all about the sense of, again, that sense of completion. Leaving behind the old, so you can move forward on this new journey. So let's have a look with the Angel Tarot in this. So let's have a look. So what lies ahead? What's important? What needs to be focused on here? What's super important in this journey? Okay, this awakening within oneself, rebirthing, this sense of resurrecting who you truly are in many ways. Being your authentic self, being able to focus on the positive aspects in your life. Remember to focus on what you do have instead of worrying about what you don't have, what you can control. Being able to have the breakthroughs, the understandings that you need to be able to move forward here. does feel like there's a new cycle, there's a new moon. It does feel like you're moving into the unknown. There are some uncertainties. There are some uncertainties to this journey. It does feel like there is some uncertainties. There are some things that feel like they, you know, not quite what you expect with this. So it's very much about looking below the surface. Are you able to look below the surface? Are you able to sort of dive a little deeper and really use your skills and your abilities to manifest what you truly want in your life? It does feel like you need to sort of dive a little deeper here. Okay, so when you're able to do that, when you're able to look below the surface, use your skills and abilities to manifest what you truly want, it does bring you success. It does bring you that triumphs. It does bring you those achievements, which is super important here. And so we've got opportunities coming your way. It does feel like you've got opportunities, you've got business opportunities being offered to you. It does feel like you've got a lot of stuff going on here. So let's have a look at the Angel card. And I will dive into these cards a little bit more in a minute. So let's have a look here. What card are we going to look at? All these two. Right. So we have Archangel Raphael with strengthened and healed by the power of divine love. So it does feel like there's a lot of healing to do. Okay, and we've got this the guardian angel of young love, and it's talking about love, you know, being open. Being open. So I accept love with gratitude. I am opened and made whole by its beauty. So interesting cards there. So let's have a little bit more look at these tarot cards. Okay, so now we know we've got the yin and yang energy, so let's have a look. Let's move the oracle cards to one side and let's have a look at what we've actually got here. Okay, so with the Angel Tarot, we've got, okay, it does feel like there's quite a major, with the angels, it feels like it's quite a major impact moving forward for you. A very huge impact there. It's very much about creating a sense of stability, and foundations are being built here. Now, it does feel like there's a lack of communication or a lack of self-expression in some way. So, here's there. So I do felt like in the past that your thoughts and ideas really wound you up in the past. I do feel as though there was a lot of ideas, a lot of past thoughts that really sort of wound you up a little bit. And that's quite interesting. Here we've got 3 cups, 2 pentacles, and a wand. So it does feel like here we've got this expansion and growth in regards to your mind. But that was from the past. I felt like in the past that you really struggled with your thoughts and ideas and being able to communicate yourself. But it does feel like you're starting to move into a much better ability to express yourself, but you still need to communicate, I think. I think you need to find a way to actually communicate here. There's a lot of expansion and growth in regards to your emotions. Okay, it feels like your health is starting to be a bit more balanced. Your health is a little bit more balanced. Your energy could still be a little bit low at times, and I think that's important for you to start taking care of your sense of energy. I think your energy, your vitality, even though you're balancing out your health, I still feel like your energy could be a little bit low at times. So there's still a lot going on there. So let's have a look at numbers. We've got ace, fives, two. So we've got two fives there. So there seems to be a lot of challenges, a lot of conflicts and things that you've been dealing with and are dealing with. It's still coming up quite strongly there. So we've got ace, 2, 3. There's a lot of new beginnings in regards to things. Okay. So Hierophant is also a 5. So yeah, there is a lot of challenges. Does feel like there is a lot of ones. So there is so you've got new beginnings. New beginnings seem to be quite strong here. So I think the big thing is there are a lot of challenges, but you are creating new beginnings in your life. I think there's a lot of new beginnings happening. There is a lot of stuff happening here. And so you've got that sense of, again, trying to find that sense of balance. Does seem to be that trying to find that sense of balance, that sense of renewal energy, renewed energy. It still seems to be there. Okay, so there's not much of anything else. I wouldn't worry too much about that energy, but definitely feels as though, definitely feels like there's some challenges, there's some conflicts, there's a sense of new beginnings, trying to create some fresh starts in your life. And so so there is this trying to find a sense of balance, this duality, trying to bring things sort of together in some way. So there's a lot of stuff going on here as we sort of dive into the cards. And so, yeah, I do feel like there's a lot going on here. And we can certainly, with these, with this energy, sort of dive into a little bit more, depending on what your question is, what your thoughts and ideas are. I do feel like there could be a lot more to the reading for sure. I do feel like depending on what you think. I do feel like I've sort of glossed over it because we're sort of doing a very collective reading. It's not very I do feel like there's a lot of what do I want to say, it's a very collective, it's not personal. Okay, it's not a personal reading. This is just a collective, just to sort of show you the cards. It's really about showing you the cards, showing you a very quick reading, a quick brief. And of course, if we were doing something a bit more personal, it would be a little bit longer, because I'd be able to, depending on your question, you know, if you're looking at your love life, well, then I'm going to answer the questions sort of slightly different. We'd be looking at the relationships. And I think if we're looking at relationships, that we know that you're dealing with some heartbreak in the relationship. Definitely felt like there was a sense of, you know, you're wanting to sort of connect again and sort of find that celebration, that sense of stability in that energy, that commitment coming up. And that could be when you start to walk away from whatever, from that heartbreak and stuff you were going on. You will find those connections, you will find that clarity, which is really important. It's all about that education that you have, that faith, that belief within yourself, to overcome any struggles that you actually have at this time. And so, if you were talking about, yeah, so here we have, again, if we're talking about relationships, we're talking about that sense of there's victory and success in the relationships once you, you know, there is that possibility of success and victory, but it comes from a breakthrough and understanding of what you've actually been through. Acknowledging the past in a relationship is really important. So in the relationships, what are you actually focusing on? That's going to be the thing, because remember, there's some things in your relationships that you cannot control, and there's some things that you can. So you need to look at that very, very clearly. Sometimes it's important for us to look deep within ourselves and use our skills and our abilities within the relationships to resurrect who we truly are and have that success, that victory that we really want in a relationship. Looking at opportunities, it could be that in regards to the relationship, you've got someone coming in who's very sort of business orientated. Okay, and so it could be unknown, but just sort of moving into that relationship with the yeah, I just feel like you've got, with a bit of an emotional connection with the moon card, there is that emotional, even though it feels very unconscious energy. But yeah, so it just gives you a little bit of an idea about the cards for this reading. And depending on your question, I'll customize it slightly to what you get. But I just sort of wanted to show you the Occult Tarot, Angel Tarot, the Fallen Angel Oracle, and the Angel Oracle. So you can sort of get an idea of roughly what the decks that I'll use in a reading. This is just to give you an idea and to give you a bit of a, maybe the message will resonate with you, or maybe it won't, but this is just to show you the cards. Now, depending on what your reading is to what I'll do, depending on what your question is to how I'll lay out the cards. I mean, there's so many different ways to lay out the cards depending on what you need personally. So, and to which decks, whether we're going to use just the Occult Tarot with the Fallen Angel, or am I going to use the Angel Tarot with the Angel Oracle, or am I going to use all four? So you can decide how you want me to do the reading. There are the price options there. That's up to you, and depending on your question to how I'll lay out the cards. Because remember, you're individual, we're going to have to customize it to your needs. But I just sort of wanted to show you the decks and what's possible here. Okay, so that's it from me. Take care and blessed be.